So, episode 22, huh?
Episode 22. I want to start a little segment called Dan's Americana Corner.
Whoa.
So hang on.
So, episode 22, Dan's Americana Corner.
Americana Corner. This
little slice of America. Because, well,
right.
you're in a corner of America.
Right.
You're in like the limp floppy dick of America, if you will.
No, I don't. I won't will.
Okay,
he doesn't.
You won't. All right.
No.
So I've been futzing around with my taps, and so my shower, you have to basically split the atom to get heat, and it turns out the hot and cold is reversed. It's one of those spinning around taps. Like there's really no.
Oh God.
Just so you got to spin it. So
no, it's like colder than ice and Hades molten hell.
Right. So
and then that little sweet spot, right?
Yeah. So I called the association and I said, "Can you send a guy?" And so he takes a look at it and he goes, "No, it's okay. Everything's fine." And I'm like, well, the temperature is reversed. Like C is actually hot and the H is cold. And he goes, "No. C is for saliente." So that's hot. That's hot in Spanish. And that's literally what it is. The C is hot. The H is cold. I don't know. What is there the word for, what is the word for cold in Spanish, Brian?
Frio.
Frio? There's no H in frio.
Hacienda?
Yeah, I know, right?
He's just like, whatever. He left. So now I have...
I think he was
bullshit response.
I think he was as the British would say. I think he might have been taking the piss, Dan.
I think so. But he said it so deadpan, like so matter of fact.
And then walked away.
And he just walked away.
It's like,
yeah,
no, you got it all wrong.
Cold in Spanish is frio, F-R-I-O. So
F-R-
it should be C and F if it's in Spanish.
Maybe he took the last line off the H and he made no.
I don't think so.
I think I was taking the piss.
he sure took the piss right out of you.
He did. He took the piss out of it. So video games, you guys.
Yeah.
So
They're cool.
They are.
Pretty cool. They got some pretty cool stuff in those video games.
They sure do. And there's lots of them coming out. We got a really awesome show today.
Oh yeah, the floodgates are starting to open for E3, aren't they?
Exciting. And there's actually some tertiary games that are coming out in the last couple of days that we've been playing.
Has E3 started yet?
No, this week.
Okay.
This week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're going to be tweeting. I'm going to be following it.
you can man the Twitters on that one.
I will.
Yeah.
The schedule, we'll also put the schedule on our website, thebackspace.ca, so you can follow the announcements with us as we live tweet, sort of. Hopefully I don't get fired for this. So we'll have the conference schedule on there. Yeah, so how you guys been? Guys?
Oh, you know.
Been doing pretty good.
Been good?
Yeah.
Playing games?
Been playing a few games, yeah.
Been playing games?
Bought some games, played some games. In other news, made myself rage by quitting smoking. That was probably the hardest thing to do than finishing Spelunky.
Yeah, he's been so angry the last little while. It's been quite bad.
Makes sense now.
Does it though?
Yeah. Flipping virtual tables.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, we have this kind of like IM system at work, and you can put your status in the IM system, and it displays your status to everyone else. I use the table flip emote, like ASCII text emote. So it's a little guy flipping the table in with a rage face. That's been me for like, what is it? 7, 8, 9.5 days now?
Flip an actual table, not a virtual one. It's very cathartic.
Well, we actually, in our department, we have, we absconded with a table and brought it specifically to our group, because, well, other reasons, but it's pretty light, so I theoretically could walk up to it and just flip that motherfucker over.
Nerf rage table.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's $1 million idea, Dan.
Oh, dude. We're gonna have to edit that out.
Nope.
Oh, fine.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave it out there for the viewer. So that's what happens when you listen. You get $1 million ideas.
Right. So, did any of you guys jump on that free copy of Sniper Elite V2?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, apparently Dan did not.
Sniper Elite V2 was given away for free as a promotional stunt to get people interested in Sniper Elite V3.
Okay.
Sniper Elite V2,
And,
where you can shoot Hitler in the testicles. Both.
Yeah. That was the video I watched was I looked up Sniper Elite V2 on YouTube, and the video that had the most hits, I clicked on that, and it was some guy finishing off the campaign in Sniper Elite V2 by shooting Hitler in the balls.
And at that point, I was like, okay, Brian, I'll get
Yep,
the game.
I'm getting that game.
Sold. Yeah, it's a 3D. It's like an X-ray vision. As it
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
it slows
like-
down.
goes.
Slows down. You get to watch the ball, like the bullet pass through each ball.
The last
you know.
efforts are in full
Yeah.
glory. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like flapping away with no balls there to hold them down.
It snaps up like a window shade.
Yeah, I played a bit of that game.
Yeah. What do you think?
I played through the first couple missions, and man, you just ruined some folks in that game. It's yeah, those slow motion sniper bullet time things are just brutal.
I haven't played it yet, but oddly enough, this game's kind of up my alley because most of the shooter games, like FPSs, the second I get a sniper rifle, I'm the happiest motherfucker out there. Like, say,
Yeah.
for example, was it Modern Warfare 2, I think it was? Or one of those, like, COD fucking... Oh, no, it was, shit.
Bad Company 2, or
Yeah. Wait, was it
Yeah,
Bad Company
I
2?
remember you talking.
Medal of Honor.
Looking
No.
Modern Beardy War Guy.
I'm thinking Brian was right. I'm
Time
pretty
to
sure it was
use my
Bad Company 2.
uncommon valor.
I think I seem to remember you talking about Bad Company 2 and the sniper rifle in that one.
Oh, it's very satisfying in that game. Very
Yeah.
satisfying.
Wow, I totally can't find it in here.
That Chinese-made semi-automatic sucker.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 10 rounder.
Ah,
Man,
Yeah.
you get that thing, you basically win the game. Like that's game breaking. It's weird because I think in one of the things, Battlefield Bad Company 2. One of the points in the game, I believe you get like a imitation Barrett 50 cal
Mm-hmm.
or some sort of 50 cal sniper rifle, and I'm like, this isn't nearly as entertaining. I mean, granted, once a bullet hits someone, you basically watch them fly across the screen and shit, and just basically explode into a cloud of red mist. But I don't know, that Chinese-made 10-rounder, that thing is just like, you can quick scope and
Mm-hmm.
listen
Yeah,
to me,
played a lot.
I sound like an FPSer guy, but yeah, Sniper Elite, so
360 no scope, man.
you're a bitch. But yeah, Sniper Elite, that will probably be up my alley from the sounds of it. Brian's having fun, so.
I didn't play much of it. I only think I put in about half an hour, 45 minutes. I played through the first mission, got a little ways into the second one, and then kind of put it down.
The
But,
question is,
so far so good.
have you shot anyone in the testicles yet?
No, I have not. I've been rather unfailingly shooting people in the head.
Oh, well,
oh,
I think you
yeah.
get more
So-
points for that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, this headshot versus vital shot. But yeah, just like some of the shots that, like, the one that really got me was the one where the bullet went in just to the left of the Nazi soldier's nose. Like it hit him, and I watched his cheekbone like smash in slow motion, and then it blew out the back of his brainstem in this like geyser of red goo. And I was just like, oh, dude, turn that guy off like a light.
I wonder what Germans think when they play these games, or if they play these games. Like, oh, that might have been my grandfather.
I have a feeling they're probably not nearly as popular in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sticking to their
And if it was my
simulators.
grandmother, or if it was my grandfather, he got what he deserved.
Yeah,
There's among modern German people, there's a pretty anti-Nazi sentiment. So I don't think, at least it's my understanding. I've never been to Germany, so I can't really say for sure.
Huh.
yeah. I met a German who came over for a visit, friend of our friends, and we were just inundating that poor guy with Nazi questions.
Nazi talk.
Yeah, we had to condemn our parents and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
My parents ran into some Germans when they were on holiday, and the only comment that this German person had was, "Oh, you Canadians are so boring. All you talk about is the weather."
Well, we do.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. That's because our weather can kill us, lady.
Yeah, we have to survive the weather.
So aside
Yeah, so,
from Sniper Elite, you guys pick up any other games?
Are we doing the what you playing segment now? Is that
Fuck,
what we're
whatever.
Yeah,
Just playing it
Sounds
fast
good.
and loose, you know?
I've
doing? Who wants
I've
to
been
go
playing
first?
I've been playing some games, you guys.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
Tell us
Drinking
about that.
beer, the
then.
game?
Mm-hmm. So a new MMO came out. So you know me and MMOs is like Pokemon. So
Gotta play them all.
WildStar is the name of it's from NCSoft, the same makers of Guild Wars.
This is the one that kind of looks like Pixar's version of WoW, right?
Yeah, exactly. A very stylized non-fantasy fantasy MMO.
Mhm.
Set it on a planet. Two factions fighting for resources, PvP, fetch quests. Those are the MMO tropes. So yeah, it does look a lot like Pixar versus WoW. People have even said it looks just like World of Warcraft. But I'd say it actually plays more like Star Wars: The Old Republic with these sort of
Really?
space controls and stuff. So yeah,
Right.
you get these combat arcs and dodging, double tap to dodge, and yeah. So that's kind of like where most MMOs are at nowadays, and like most MMOs, I'm really excited about the early stage. It's really fun, and there's enough in it to like differences wise to really grab me. So like there's an alternate skill path that, whereas if you played EverQuest, you would have to get your alternate skill path at level 55. Well, this game just drops you in right away. So in addition to picking your class, which is the usual Holy Trinity, the healer, DPS, and tank, you have the ability to choose your job. So you can go explorer, scientist, soldier, or dirty hippie. No, it's settler, I think.
Okay.
They pick flowers and shit.
Right.
Soldier is and it also decides your main storyline too. So I pick soldier. It's pretty cool. Again, it reminds me a lot like Star Wars: The Old Republic. So you have a storyline to follow, but it's not based on your class. It's based on what you kind of want to do in the game. So the explorer is just like it sounds. If you like to explore the map, you can do your main quest line to do that as well. So yeah, there's definitely something for everybody here. A lot of people who have played it says it's like the MMO they've always wanted to play. It's very popular. There's tons of people playing it right now. But I predict. So go ahead, guys. If you have.
Sorry, I was just going to ask you: is this one working off of a subscription model still, or is it free to play?
It's off a subscription model.
Mhm.
But it's almost like it was designed from the ground up to be free to play.
Mm.
So like there's XP and health bonuses which are free for now, but I'm sure in a couple of months when this goes stale and those subscriptions dry up, you'll have to pay for those things, stuff like that.
So you feel like they baked in something that'll make it easy to sort of pivot over to a free to play model.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think I was reading a developer and I fail to remember his name, but he said that's what MMOs are doing now. So they're squeezing every subscription out of it till they can, and then moving to the free to play model. They just can't make the same mistakes that the Old Republic did. Like that was a huge claw. It almost broke BioWare. Like it actually kind of did.
Yeah. Well, it was just poor timing on that one. I mean, that was one that just released right on the cusp of the whole MMO landscape shifting.
Right.
So
yeah, people didn't want to pay to play anymore. It's
Not really.
no.
We're all cheap pricks. What can you say?
Well, people don't really want to play MMOs either unless there's something out of it that they can get. So like the fantasy theme park that is World of Warcraft isn't really appealing to new generations. People want mobile, they want to get in, get out, get what they want out of it. So
they want to tend their farm for half an hour and then go do something else.
Yeah.
And not have to spend a half hour looking for a raid group.
Yeah, and there is that you can drop in, drop out PvP.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm hearing a lot about this game, but I think there's one really important question that needs to be asked here. This I think this is probably going to be what a lot of our listeners are basing their decisions about this game on. What are the dance animations like?
I knew you were going to say that. I have I've been taking a quick look, and I actually go through every race and I record the dance.
Of course you do.
Surprisingly the same. Some of them, like you can tell that they borrow models to fit other races. So between races, so like you have the Dominion side, and then you have the Exile side, and they borrow a lot from each other's models.
I watched a little bit of the Giant Bomb quick look at this, and it looks like they started off with the dance animation. That guy looked like he was just stoked to be dancing.
Yeah, they all do.
He's really excited about the fact that he was dancing.
They're really
I want to express myself through the joy of dance.
Yeah, and they have these little rat dudes. Oh man, those guys are hilarious. It's like a tiny little rat dude with a giant gun. Yeah,
okay.
Of course, that's the one I'm going to play.
Well, sign me up.
Yeah, right. It's like, and it's so cute. It's adorable. The animations are very bouncy. When you fire the gun, you kind of roll backwards. It's yeah, and the sound. like the music is incredible. They did the sound music. They got the girl who plays Penny from Inspector Gadget. She's in every single video game.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the professional voices, professionally done. Some jank in terms of like the layout of quests and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think, like, I think they didn't really want to do the whole exclamation point over the head.
What?
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's the thing you gotta do. That's
Well,
how you
they
know you have a quest there.
yeah, so they did away with it, and I think they're going to have to go back to that or something, because it's hard to click a quest giver out of a crowd.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, minor quirks, but I play these games for about a month, and then I get bored, and then
Cancel your
And that-
subscription.
and that's fine. That's what I get out of it. I don't mind paying. I think it's $52 for the standard version, and then $79 for the deluxe version.
Okay, so they're selling a box copy of this game.
Yeah.
Off the bat, I guess right out of the gate, and then once it goes free to play, I'm sure the client will be free to download at that point.
Yeah, actually, you could download it right now, but you still have to. You still have to get a code. It gives you 3 buddy codes, and I'm actually going to give one of them away if on Twitter. If it is,
Nice.
it gives you 7 days of free time. You can try it out. See what you think. Post on Twitter and tell us what you think, and then so we'll be giving that away.
Cool.
Okay. You guys have any questions? More questions on that one?
No, I'm good.
Okay. The other one I've been playing is Mario Kart 8.
Mhm.
It's
Have you seen all the videos and memes?
Luigi.
And the
Luigi Death
stare?
Stares?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
jumped
fucking best.
I jumped into a drop-in multiplayer. Every single person was driving Luigi.
Oh. Well, actually, that would be hilarious.
It was kind of funny.
Kind of boring, but kind of hilarious at the same time.
Everybody's giving each other a death stare. Yeah.
Now, did you switch, or did you play Luigi, or did you switch over to Luigi in that match?
No, I played Donkey Kong, man. That's the only way to roll.
No,
Donkey King.
Yeah,
no, then
literally.
Okay. Fine, it's fine.
It's fun. It's a fun game. It's the whole pang of nostalgia. It's like Disney World, but in video game form.
So there's like the counter blue shell now, right? Like there's something that you can counter the blue shell with.
If there is,
Am I
haven't
right?
seen it. There might be in competition.
I've heard something about it, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I still haven't totally figured out the mechanics. Like sometimes you get this air horn, and I'm gonna try that next time. Yeah, to blow away the blue shell. See if that works. But
Okay.
it's easier to dodge red shells for sure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the fact that it's you go up and down the loops and go through water and stuff.
Graphically, I hear it's amazing. Like this
It
game might
is.
actually be a console seller for the Wii U now.
Yeah,
It's they've got a bundle with it, so yeah, they're anticipating
nice.
moving a lot of those.
As long as
I
it doesn't come with like a shitty plastic steering wheel.
it
don't
might.
think so.
It might. I don't know. It released, if I remember, 400,000 sales in the first week.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's doing pretty
So
well.
that's
It's doing
pretty
pretty
good.
well.
Yeah,
Wow.
a very good looking game. Yes, it's probably the best looking Wii U game that's out so far.
That's more than the consoles they've sold, isn't it?
I don't think it could
More
be.
copies than consoles.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. All I know is they haven't sold all that many still.
No, but I mean, it's only a little over a year now old,
Yeah.
so that's kind of
this will pick it up from what I'm hearing.
for sure. And then they have what's that game called? Battle Smash Brothers. That's coming up in a couple weeks too.
Right.
Sales
and
to date, 6.17 million.
Wii U's?
Yep.
Wii U's? Okay.
As
Sure.
of March 31st. So
Uh-huh.
small margin
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's fun, guys. It's more like it's for the party, family title. Grab some beers, grab some friends, play it. A
As
single
is-
player, you kind of. I did actually find I kept playing and playing and playing.
Yeah, when I
really
got MK7 for my 3DS, I played the shit out of that game. Like, you finish a match, you're like, yeah, one more. One more. Oh, fuck, it's 3 a.m.
Unlocks a character, unlocks a part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, next, try that out. I don't like pretty much I hate every character that's in there. All the
Mhm.
new ones. I don't like the Koopa kids. I hate those guys.
Are you
Yeah.
able to race with your Mii?
Yes. And
Okay.
those people are jerks. They're jerk asses.
I
don't like
usually I
Why?
found when I played that game, I always played as my
Just
Mii.
soulless people. Why do that?
I don't. Okay. You just rather be one of the
Yeah.
standard Nintendo characters? Is that what you're?
Yeah, like bringing your Mii doesn't bring anything to the party.
I don't know. I
Okay.
like the sound effects my Mii used to make, and he would smile and squint his eyes and cheer and.
Yeah.
Huh? Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Was your
Each his own.
was your Mii redheaded by any chance?
What are you saying?
Gingers
Yeah,
have
he
no
was.
souls, obviously.
Oh.
That might be why the cold dead stare. Anyway,
All right, well, I've been playing another game too, but I think you playing it, Nelson. It's called Transistor.
oh fuck.
Was that your game?
Yeah.
I'll let you.
No,
talk about that.
no. I'm sure you have much better things to say about it than I do.
You don't like it?
Go ahead, Dan. Speak your piece.
I don't really like it either.
Really?
Aw.
I think.
Are you being serious? Or are you
Yeah.
taking the piss?
No, dude. I played about 15, 20 minutes of it, and I had to put it down. I was
Holy
frustrated.
shit. I got further than you then.
Well,
I
you know.
put about an hour into that game.
Yeah, the combat sucks.
The combat's irritating,
Yeah.
because, it's like, you can either do kind of the hack and slash style, which is more my play style, or that whole, like, bullet time, real-time strategy-ish, like, pause for a minute, plan your 3 moves, and let it rip. But as soon as you do that, then you can't attack right away. You're waiting for your fucking cooldown timer.
You can't even dodge. So, I mean, if you're fighting, like,
No.
there's this one chick who's I guess another singer. I can't even remember the name. That's how pissed off I was. And so she could charge, she could attack, she could parry your slow motion attacks.
Yeah.
She killed me every.
You basically start out weak as a kitten. It's annoying.
Yeah. So I guess I get why they did that cooldown, that 3-second cooldown, because it would make it really, really easy to do the bullet time.
Oh, yeah.
But they should have either made the bad guys harder or some other balancing effect rather than just making you completely impotent.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. That's a game you have to, it's kind of a theory crafter's game, because with each of the combinations of attacks and things like that, and the order in which you attack based on what enemies you're fighting, there's some pretty overpowered attacks and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I posted an article on our Google Plus page about, kind of getting the most out of your transistor play. And I think probably what really kind of isn't, or why this game isn't hitting it off for a lot of people, is because everyone is assuming it's Bastion 2. It's the
Oh, it's
next
definitely not.
Bastion.
Yeah.
And Bastion was a brilliant game, hands down. And Transistor, it's like, oh, it's from the guys who made Bastion, so it's gonna obviously be awesome.
So, the same Bastion voice in there too.
Yeah. It's a different kind of awesome, I guess. Well, a different kind of awesome to some people. Meanwhile, most of the other people are going to be like us with a bit of a sour taste in our mouth, because it's not what I was expecting at all.
No.
And the story too, like, it's very slow to get you into what's going on, and
Yeah, it deliberately slow. I mean, I thought stylistically it looked good.
Beautiful
I
game.
kind of like the idea of the Cloud Bank City. It was beautiful. Virtual world that you play in. It's kind of neat how they did the power ups. So you could take a power up, or you can use that power up to power up another power up. It's a nested power up system. It's kind of cool.
Right.
But it doesn't do enough for me, unfortunately.
Not liking that one so much, hey guys?
No.
That's sad.
Yeah, I really wanted to. I really, really did. It's a beautiful looking game, honestly, but I have to pass that one.
It's too bad.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've been playing.
All right, who's next then? Me?
yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, give her.
Sure, why not? Okay, let's see. I'm probably getting close to being near the end of my first playthrough of Dark Souls.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2, I mean. I've gotten to a point now where I'm kind of doing the giants. There's this part in the game where you basically go back you get this item that allows you to go back into the memories of dead giants, and I've been doing that part the last little while. Yeah, I'm still enjoying that game. Still having shitloads of fun with it. I started doing a little bit of the PvP stuff. I was telling Nelson there was a part. There's a part in the game where basically what happens is you force other people to invade your game, like rather than invading other people's games, they come into your world. Like you pull other people into your world. So you can set up this area with a whole bunch of traps and stuff like that, and then basically somebody blunders into this area and they get teleported into your area with all your traps set up and stuff like that. It's basically Rat Covenant PvP. But I had some magic basically that allowed me to kind of camouflage myself. Like I could basically look like a vase or something like that in the level. It's this spell called Mimic basically. So the funny thing about this is you turn yourself into something like a brazier or a torch or something like that. You can run around the level. Like it doesn't you can move around. Right? So
it's kind of like Metal Gear where you're a box.
In a box.
Cardboard box.
Yeah, exactly. You can run around all you want, but like you can't. The moment you attack, basically, it pops you out of the illusion. So I'm basically following this guy around. He's fighting all the monsters in my dungeon, and I've set it up so that there's a maximum amount of crap that he has to wade his way through. I waited until he got a little softened up by all the rats in my dungeon, and then I just backstabbed shit up.
So he is aware that he's been pulled into your dungeon, like he knows it's been being set up.
Yep. It says being summoned to the world of so and so, whoever you are, right?
Okay.
And then basically it pulls you into somebody else's world. It happened to me the first time, and it surprised the living shit out of me the first time it happened.
Okay, so you have to flag yourself to do it, or do you just?
Nope.
Really?
You go into a certain area, and if there's anybody who's looking for somebody to be invaded by, then it happens basically, and there's always somebody looking for it.
Weird.
There's a couple areas like that. There's one area where when you go, there's two areas actually. The Bell Brotherhood Covenants. That basically when you go into those areas, it summons people who have a particular ring to come and defend these two bell towers.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and if you do that, you actually kind of need to do that throughout the game. It helps you get one of the upgrade materials to kind of upgrade your weapons properly. Okay. But I did that for a while too, and that was fun. I did some co-op too, so I wasn't a complete bastard. I got myself up to the maximum level in the Heirs of the Sun, which is the Sun Bros, basically co-op PvP or PvE. You fight bosses with other people basically, and you get rewards for that. So I got myself up to the maximum level in that already. So I thought I'd do a little more confrontational PvP as well.
Oh, wow. Are you going to record any of that for the website at all, or have you?
I haven't, but there's a shitload of Dark Souls 2 content out there, and everybody who does it is like way better at the game than I am. Like way better.
I don't know, man. The whole setting up the trap and being disguised or under Mimic.
That I would like to see that.
With the right type of editing and music, that could be fucking hilarious.
The pizzicato Looney Tunes. Yeah.
You get that song by that guy Rockwell. I always feel like somebody's watching me as you're following somebody around.
Or you can also include the Metal Gear, the detected sound effect.
Yeah. Weep.
Exactly. Once you come out of Mimic and they suddenly notice you.
Yeah.
A little edit cut and then gank.
Smash cut.
Yeah. Exactly. But I've been still enjoying my time with Dark Souls 2, but I think it's kind of winding up for me at this point. What else? I finished Pixel Junk Shooter. Got about 10 hours out of that game. Had a lot of fun with that one. I bought it on sale at the through the Humble store. I think it was on for $2.99.
Oh, nice.
Got about 10 hours worth of entertainment out of it. Really enjoyed it. So put a pin in that one finally. And then I started something that I don't know if it's going to be a good idea that I started this, but I actually installed and started playing Civilization 5.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, it was nice to know you, Brian.
Yeah, I was fun. So, yeah, I
think that's what his girlfriend is saying. It's nice knowing you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, but it's I get what people say about that game. It is quite addictive. Like, it starts off quite simple, and you're like, I don't really understand why everybody's got such a boner for this game. And then you play it for like 5 or 6 rounds, and your civilization starts to kind of take shape, along the lines that you're kind of molding it, and you're like, you get a little bit invested into it. So,
yeah, you care a little bit about your people.
Yeah, and then Queen Elizabeth starts being a complete bitch to you, and you decide to destroy her.
Always Gandhi for me. Always Gandhi.
Really?
Yeah. For some reason.
Nobunaga was making treaties and open border pacts with me, and then he rolled a bunch of guys into my territory and started fighting me.
Yeah, he saw you as weak.
Well, I showed him the error of his ways because I stomped his ass back to the Stone Age.
Excellent.
This is what you get when this is what you get when you try to fuck a stranger in the ass.
Right.
Are you paying attention, Donnie? This is what you get.
Wow.
Aside from that, I recorded. It's a Lebowski quote. I'm sorry, in case you need some context on that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyways, aside from that, I recorded a little bit of Isaac and a little bit of FTL. Those will be going up soon. I guess episode 4 and episode 5 of Isaac and episode 2 of FTL. It'll be a 2-parter. The FTL one is a 2-parter, so. Played a little bit of Spelunky. Badly. Yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the videos that you put up.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be up. They're uploaded. We're just gonna, figure out what schedule to release them on.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Brian.
Nelson?
Yes?
Hi, Nelson.
Hi.
Do you have something to share with the class?
Do you want to share with everybody what you got there?
Well, I mean, there was the obvious transistor.
Yeah. Yeah,
I really wanted that to be better. Anyway.
I wouldn't say it's a waste of money.
No. I got to give it a fair shake. You got to play through the entire game to actually be able to give an accurate and honest opinion.
Yeah.
It's just getting to that point. It's going to be really rough.
Very frustrating.
Heyo. I also bought myself a copy of Night in the Woods.
Do tell.
Let's see. Night in the Woods. It was a Kickstarter game. Oh wow. There you go. You Google search for Night in the Woods and our Google Plus page is the second post. Anyway, it's a it was a Kickstarter game, and the art style is really pretty. The music is good. Again, this seems to be a theme that resonates very well with me. Like, if the art style's good, the soundtrack's good, and the game seems interesting, I'm going to probably give them my money. As far as the game itself, it's kind of like Lost Boys / Breakfast Club /
like a movie?
Yeah. Like, let's see, all May wants to do is run around with her friends, break stuff, and hang on to a life of aggressive aimlessness. She dropped out of college and returned home to her crumbling old mining town to do just that. She's finding that nothing is the same anymore. The old town seems different. Her old friends have grown in their own directions. May herself is undergoing some sudden and unexplained changes, giving her mysterious abilities that grant her access to a side of the town she never knew existed. The world is changing, things are ending, the future is uncertain, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, okay, so it's like an adventure game, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Side-scrolling adventure game with story. I'll probably post a link to the trailer. Yeah, I mean, I think jumping in may have cost me $10-12, something like that.
Okay, but you're saying it's not a waste of money right now.
I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
Oh,
this is early access. Like, this is a game where I threw money at them sight unseen, which, again, in previous podcasts, that's something I said I probably would never do. Yeah, I'm doing it more lately.
And advertising to the internet.
No, honestly, this game will have to be released because it's being advertised by Sony as well for the PlayStation. So, because it's going to be Sony and PC, the game's going to be decent and, well, hopefully decent, but at least the game's going to ship. Also, in the same vein of video games, but not quite video games, I bought 3 records, vinyl LPs, those big those big plastic discs that have music on them.
Like frisbees?
Yeah.
Those things that Sean throws at the zombies and Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah. Ended up buying the Indie Game the Movie double LP soundtrack, Super Brother Sword and Sorcery soundtrack, and another one of Jim Guthrie's like not video game related albums. Takes Time.
Yeah, Jim Guthrie. I got some of his stuff on iTunes. Very, very good.
Yeah. So I decided
Sometimes you can get it for free on iTunes too.
You can.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided to throw some money at that, and
You threw enough money to that to get the actual personal attention of Jim Guthrie, didn't you?
Yeah, he emailed me in with a kind of a big thank
way.
you, and asked if I wanted free key or download key for another one of his albums. So I was like, yeah, okay, sure. You don't have to, but
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, that was awesome. Seems like a really cool guy. Nice Canadian, good Canadian kid,
and good music. Like I listen to it when I'm at the gym.
Nice.
So I haven't really listened to it for a while. But
hey-o.
Zing. Yeah, no, I'd say get it if you see it and it's on iTunes. Definitely get it.
Mm-hmm. So other than that, I've been playing The Wolf Among Us. I played, what was it, episode 4 now? Yeah, I think it was episode 4, just shipped last week. So I dove into that. Again, fuck, that game is just so good. Story-wise, this episode 4 wasn't as good as 1 through 3, but still good. So, I'm not going to be like, that game was shitty. I've actually saw some of the reviews. I think it was on Kotaku or some other one of those stupid gaming sites, where they just shit all over it. I'm like, really? Okay, whatever.
One of these days I want to do a playthrough of that just being silent the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Just not saying anything, because that's an option.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything for 4 chapters.
Either don't hit an option, or don't hit a button, or just hit the ...
Yeah, just get beat up.
Also, Broforce got another update. I haven't actually fired it up and tried it yet, but
sweet.
They've added some bros. So that's cool.
I got to try that one.
It's still, I wanted to play the update, but I think I might just hold off until the actual full release and then do like a wham bam review through the entire thing.
Is that the Double Bro Impact update?
Yep.
Huh.
And
Double
of course,
van damage.
And of course, I've been playing Spelunky like crazy. Good old Spelunky. I ended up getting to Yama for the first time ever, and was summarily executed thereupon.
Yama is a boss, right?
Oh yeah, he's a really hard boss. Well, actually, he's a pretty simple
Yama
boss.
is the boss. Yeah, he's the boss in that game.
Okay.
In the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that difficult of a boss fight, but I had 1 hit point, and, well, I hadn't cut my teeth on that boss fight yet, so, everything was still a little new. I was a bit twitchy, and it was, I think, almost 1 a.m. when I was playing it, so.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. But, I'm getting close to the point where I can almost get to Yama consistently. So once I get to that point, I've got a Spelunky game going right now. I had to pause it for the podcast, but it's looking good. So I might be able to get to Yama that run, and if I do, I'll probably stop playing Spelunky for a while. But
yeah,
that's about it.
Cool. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we talk about news?
News.
Everybody likes news.
News.
Yeah.
This is E3 week this week.
Yay.
So we're not there this year. We want it to be, but money. But we will definitely be tweeting. I'll be watching the show from work. Hopefully I don't get fired. Work, don't listen to this podcast. Okay, there we go. I'm covered now.
There you go. You're covered.
Yeah, I'm covered. Okay, well, let's talk about some of the rumors, but first let's talk about last week's news, the Watch Dogs. That buggy as shit little game sold 4 million copies.
Did you see the video I posted up on the Google Plus page?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like the cars trying to get into other cars.
Yes.
Like, a car is trying to get inside another car.
It's like, hey, did you guys by any chance take a page from the guys at Goat Simulator? Because
Yeah. Now, I was on Reddit, and one of the developers there said, I'm probably going to get fired for saying this, but none of the internal teams were talking to each other. So, like, for example, he listed this part where he designed a biker bar, just exactly like it sounds. And then it was placed, that model was placed inside a Yale Town kind of environment, like a really posh high-rise. So there's like a basket plants outside, and, and then you go inside, it's a dirty, dingy biker bar. It's just like shit like that.
So where should this be put? Just put it right here.
Yeah,
That
and he went on
really...
and on.
Okay.
Just, it was, for a first title, yeah. But
it's a new IP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
Some people really, really like that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say with that game because they spent so long hyping it up and they had all this dev time to make it look all pretty and shit, and then they release it and it's graphically less exciting, and they added weirdness to the gameplay, and they didn't sort out all the physics and QA bugs, and
Yeah.
they had their time and they just didn't hit the mark. I don't know, there's some elements to that game that seem cool, but there's some elements where it's like been there, done that in other games, or it just doesn't fit in that game. If it goes on sale for like $15, yeah, I'll pick it up. But until then, nope.
I think you'll see it by fall. Like if Steam has a fall sale, I think you'll see this one for $15. I'm getting that whiff off it right now.
Sure.
Like it was initially quite popular, but I don't think this is a game that's going to have legs. I think it dropped during a time period where there's not a lot else, and there are a lot of people looking for any reason to justify their next generation console purchases, right?
Right.
So I don't think this game is gonna really stand the test of time, and I think it's going to be very cheap very soon.
But hey, 4 million plus copies sold already,
Yeah, you can't really argue with that. True, but
that's how,
again,
that's how Alan Wake went down too. It sold quite hot and heavy in its first week, and then just died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, right? You're looking for people are looking for games that they can flex the muscle of their system, and there's not a lot out there for either system at this point. So
yeah,
especially for Xbox. Heyo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One little Xbox news: they just released a patch. Microsoft did to improve the GPU bandwidth. I mean, it's not going to improve the overall system specs, but with the internet abuzz with the various side-by-side comparison between PS4, PC, and Xbone, the Xbone always looked like hot garbage.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about what they're actually doing to squeeze that extra GPU out of the Xbone?
Yeah, sure. Do you know the details?
They're disabling the Kinect.
Oh, okay.
They're making it so the games don't have to check to see if the Kinect is hooked up. That's what's taking those extra processing cycles.
And here I thought it was because you had to, feed them sacrificial kitten.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, that's basically where they're getting the extra processing power. They're making it now so the games don't have to check and see whether the Kinect is still plugged in, and they're managing to wring like an extra 10% performance out of it.
Jesus.
Wow. I always thought it's because they had that little paperclip still running as a process in the background.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Do you know what you're doing?
I see you, bud, an Xbox. Would you like help watching TV?
You do that voice. That's how I imagine that voice of that little paperclip's going to be. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny. All right. Let's see what else. We want to just talk about E3 rumors, and then we can get to our topic.
Sure.
Okay. You'll be happy about this one, Brian. A new Mass Effect title has been rumored to be showing this year at E3.
There's been some concept art that's leaked. There's been some concept art that's leaked already. Yeah, this is like everybody
spiritual successor to Mass Effect.
Yeah, well,
not gonna have
it's going to be it's going to take place after the Shepard storyline. So people are kind of speculating now that it might be the first contact war between the humans and the Turians, or it might take place after the events of Mass Effect. Nobody really knows. But there's been some concept art floating around for a while, and there have been Turians in it, so that doesn't really prove anything one way or the other, I guess.
I have a feeling people are just going to throw their money at it anyway. So
I will. I'm ready for a reboot, for sure.
Yep. I still have fond enough memories of the entire Mass Effect series to justify purchasing another game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yannick Wah Bioshock director. Montreal, he's going to be there. First time in 8 years, so that pretty much seals the deal as far as the rumor mill.
Yeah.
Right.
So look for that on Monday press conference. The schedule for that one is just 1 second, U.S. time. So 6 p.m. All right. So 6 p.m. is so that's when they're going to announce their titles. So we'll be tweeting about that too. Okay. So let's see. Crytek's new IP called The Hunt. That's going to be featured as a playable demo at E3. So that's a game that's 4-player co-op in a third-person isotropic gameplay, set in the 1800s, in a place where a world where popular myths and folklore are real.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about that new Evolve game right up until you said 1800s there.
No. Maybe you could fill us into that on that.
Oh, sorry. Evolve is the one that's it's like a far future hunting expedition, 4-player co-op. One player plays the monster, who's constantly like evolving. That's being hunted by the other 4 players. It's one of those asymmetrical. Yeah, it's one of those asymmetrical multiplayer type things where one person is like way more powerful, and you've got 4 people with technological gizmos and stuff trying to hunt them down. It looks really good. It's being done by the people who did the Left 4 Dead games.
Is that going to be using the Crytek engine? Do you know? Or Unity?
No, I don't know. It might, at this point, it might even be like a heavily modified version of Half-Life, but I can't say for sure if it's the same as Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Interesting side note: you can buy a subscription to the CryEngine through Steam now.
I was just going. I was just going to segue to that.
Oh.
So yeah, exactly. You can as an indie developer pay to develop Crytek's engine game as a service platform. Which is really cool. However, their subscription is $9 per user. So, yeah, it could be quite expensive for indie developers. But interesting that they're giving those tools to indie developers for sure.
Yeah.
Some really interesting and creative, good-looking games coming out.
Yeah. One thing that I'm looking forward to from E3 is apparently the co-op mode of Binding of Isaac Rebirth is going to be showed there. So
local.
Yeah, it'll be local only probably, but from what they're saying. But,
still, at least you'll get to see Binding of Isaac Rebirth being played, which is going to have so many nerds just frothing at the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see that one too.
Me 3.
Oh, dude. We should have went, you guys.
Nah.
I had time off. Next year, all right?
Next year. I'll, at that point I'll have 4 weeks vacation, so.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Homeworld Revolution. It's going to be announced. The EA
Revolution.
Yeah. Did you?
And that's different from Shipbreakers and the HD remake.
Homefront.
Oh, Homefront. I was like, oh, you got my hopes up there for a second.
Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah, I always get those two confused.
Right. That's a horse of a different color. Homefront. Yes. Yeah, not interested. Homeworld. Yeah, interested.
Yeah, Homeworld definitely. Homefront. It's just in the teleprompter here. EA lineup: Dragon Age, the next one, Sims 4, some fucking sports games, and Battlefield Hardline. So, yep.
Oh yeah, Battlefield Hardline, aka what was it? Payday 2, slightly redone. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. They're making it kind of like a cops and robbers game. Because I guess Brown War Shooter is a little too boring for people now. They want something fresh and new, even though Payday's been doing it for God knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, they got to have something to show, right? So.
All right. Oh, well, that's it for news. You guys have anything you want to talk about quickly before we get to our topic?
So we got a listener email.
How about that?
Yeah. From Darko Dare. At least
it's a great name.
Might be Darko Dare.
Could be. That probably makes
sense. He's from Mass-edonia.
Yep. Here are some Mass-edonia fun facts. It's the only country in the Yugoslav to gain independence peacefully. Do you guys know that? You know about that?
That's cool.
I did not know that, but that's good news.
It's the birthplace of Mother Teresa.
Really? Huh. Fucking cool.
That is pretty cool. Also, it is one giant Wi-Fi bubble.
No way.
One giant Wi-Fi bubble. Yes, they're one of the few countries that have WiMAX extended throughout their entire country, which is
Of course,
awesome.
Does that mean that, if like there's 10 guys on there downloading porn, it's going to slow down for the rest of them, or?
I don't know.
Huh.
We'll have to ask Dari to email us again.
Yeah, Darko Dare. How's the Wi-Fi?
We heard it's awesome, and yeah, can you send that over to us, because we're hurting over here.
We could use some of that here, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm sure it's better than convention Wi-Fi at least.
So what was his question? Did he have a question? Or what do you want to say?
I'll just read his email.
Sure.
Stumbled upon your podcast a few months ago. Listened to all 21 episodes. Thank you. That was actually 20 episodes technically, but
scary,
because episode 8 is missing. But
we don't talk about episode 8.
No.
Yeah, that was a bad.
Always forget it.
That was a dark time for us.
Dark time.
Doing a great job. Can't wait for new episodes. Thanks again. That's awesome. You asked for topic ideas for the next podcast, so I have 2. What are your top 3 games, all-time top 3 games, and why, and your most regrettable gaming purchase? Have a great day from a Macedonian listener.
That's awesome. Thanks for writing. And yeah.
Is that like the first listener emailed this year? Might be.
Yeah. Well, we have longtime friends who kind of page us directly. Right,
yeah.
Text us directly. So, but yeah, our first email. That's wicked. We really appreciate.
Definitely our first Macedonian listener.
Yeah.
So
I want to answer one of those questions. Most regrettable gaming purchase. As of current, I'm gonna have to go with Goat Simulator.
Really? I thought you liked that one.
God no. That was like 10 minutes of fun and an eternity of shame.
Oh.
And I want to say Transistor too, but
joke.
Yeah, it really is. I want to say Transistor, but I have to give that game a fair shake before I regret that purchase. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All time. Yeah, let's go through regrettables here.
Yeah. For me, I think I've talked about this on other episodes of the podcast, but for me, it was buying the 32X. I'm still carrying a lot of regret over that decision.
You really are.
Wow.
You're just carrying that over. Like, just let it go, man.
Well, I traveled like 140 kilometers to get it. I paid like $200 for it. I got it home, and it was like a month before I could even play a game on it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm still really bitter at Sega about that whole debacle.
I bet if Sega could say anything about that nowadays, they would probably say they're sincerely sorry, Brian.
Probably.
I think they actually would.
And
they admitted it.
And thank you for your support.
Yeah. Well, the only positive side of that is that I got to play Doom on a console.
Yeah, you did.
But back when that was PC games just didn't get played on consoles. But that was the only sort of redeeming factor of that whole experience, I'm afraid.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, for me, I would say it's getting hoodwinked by most of the early access games that are out there that you pay full price for, and you get a shit show. I'm talking to you, Kenshi. Fuck you. So that's my most recent shitty purchase.
Top
games.
3
Yeah,
games.
top
3 games. Fuck, that's a hard one because I mean that's sort of always in flux in a way.
Yeah.
Like for me, for example, like Spelunky somehow ended up on that list now because that's one of those games that you just jump in, you play, you enjoy, and then you put it down for a bit.
Right.
So that's going to be up there. Oddly enough, Tomb Raider.
The new one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of my easily top 5, but it can fit into top 3. Just because of the experience I had from that game, with the exception of the shitty combat system, I'm even forgiving that one. It was still a very fun experience. There are a lot of moments where I was just like really into the game, and there were some holy shit moments. And if a game can do that to me, it's won my adoration. And lastly, still my old favorites. I'm gonna wrap 2 games into one because I can. Mm-hmm. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, good.
For
solid
obvious
choice.
reasons. Obvious reasons. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about you guys?
Are we allowed to do series, or does it have to be individual games?
Oh,
Yep.
it's
You know what?
yeah, we're flexible here.
YOLO that motherfucker, man. Do what you want.
For me, it would probably be Mass Effect series.
And you can safely
original
say that
XCOM.
because, you haven't seen the new one
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. I mean, even with I wasn't a huge fan of Mass Effect 3, but still on the whole, I would say the series is probably right up there with my favorite gaming experiences of all time. Mass Effect series, original XCOM, and Binding of Isaac.
Wow.
Binding of Isaac to you is what Spelunky is to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really cool, man. For me, it's so one I always go back to. It's EverQuest is always on my top of my list. Let's see, a recent one would be, well, if we're gonna do series, I would say probably the Dragon Warrior series. It's always day and date for me getting those.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I always try to get them. I'm still playing the most recent one for the 3DS, and it's a long ass game, man. Like it's taken me a long time to play it, but
That's
cool.
actually a good thing,
Yeah, for sure. And then a recent one is South Park Stick of Truth.
Wow, really?
I wish I could still play it. It was too short. If a game says I want to still play it when it's over, when the credits roll, that means a lot to me. That's a game that I can still say it'll stand the test of time, I think.
That is a bold choice, Dan.
Yeah. Well, it's got favorable reviews, so.
No regrets. Bold choice. That's cool.
Yep.
Right on.
All right.
So there you go, Darko. Those are our answers to your questions.
And as always, we really appreciate listener emails. And if you have questions, you can send an email to ourbackspace@gmail.com. OUR Backspace. That's the one. Yep. All right. Shutting up now. Carry on.
All right. So we talked a little bit about consoles, upcoming console games. I guess our topic this week is going to be console exclusives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what?
Console exclusives.
Yeah.
And which ones would you absolutely love if they came to PC? Because console exclusives, they typically will never end up on the PC Master Race. For whatever reasons. I mean, Nintendo's an obvious one. But, with PlayStation, with Sony and with Microsoft, they've had PC ports for other games. But, they're exclusives. They keep those fuckers locked into their consoles. And there's quite a few I would kill to see on PC. I would just throw money at my screen and hope that it stuck. But, yeah.
Well, which ones would you kill to have on the PC?
Are we starting with me?
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Probably Katamari Damacy and Katamari Forever. I have a physical copy of that game, but I don't have the console to play it. And I could emulate it, but it's just not the same. Emulated versions, I'm going to throw this in here, instant disqualification, because emulation is not the true experience of the game for the most part. But, Katamari Damacy, Katamari Forever, I remember those games from when I was younger. They were a lot of fun. Go with those. Little Big Planet, and every iteration thereof. That game just looks like a lot of fun. I've seen gameplay of it. I've dabbled with it a tiny bit here and there, but it's not very often I actually get in a situation where someone actually has a PlayStation and that game. But Little Big Planet looks like fun. Sound Shapes, that's the kind of game where it's sort of a musical platformer. I believe Beck did the entire soundtrack for it. Look it up. Look up a gameplay video of Sound Shapes. That it's a really fun looking game. I would love that on PC. It was rumored for a while that they might do a PC port, but that never happened. Sadly.
That's too bad.
Yeah, and I think we're all probably going to agree on the next one here. The Last of Us.
Yeah, that was mine.
PS3. It almost made me buy a PS3. And then it almost made me buy a PS4 when I heard that they're going to make a kind of like a HD remix of it or something like that.
Yep, that's still rumors in the pipe.
And there's, plenty of DLC for it. Like, god damn it, that game, man. I really, 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 really wish that came out on PC. Especially if they're doing like a PS4 like HD version of it, that can easily port to PC and look just as pretty. So that's kind of a bummer because they could make a killing on that game. I guess if Sony ever is really hitting the old dire straits, they might, but I seriously doubt it. Sony's doing well again. Thank God for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Also on the Uncharted series. It's kind of a random pick, but I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. That game kind of falls in the similar vein. Yeah, that's one thing where I would just love to have that on PC, but that'll never happen. Of course, Bayonetta and the new upcoming Bayonetta, or since released Bayonetta, I'm not sure, but yeah, Bayonetta would be a fun one as well because of reasons of which I'm not going to discuss.
She kicks high, I hear.
Yeah.
She wears tight pants.
Her hair is her costume.
And
yeah,
and those glasses, man, just. Anyway, so Bayonetta.
Got to think for the nerdy girls.
Maybe. So that about covers it for Sony. It's funny, I went through the whole Microsoft, like Xbox One, Xbox 360, original Xbox, like anything, even Microsoft Game Studios, I believe that's what they were called. Anything Microsoft ever put out as an exclusive, I couldn't find a single thing that I wanted. Isn't that sad?
I was thinking Halo, but that was on PC too. So
what about Brute Force?
Yeah, Brute Force. What about that?
Okay.
No.
No love for Brute Force?
No.
I'm sad.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I couldn't find a single Microsoft one. I'm going to leave this one Sony one for Brian to discuss because he brought it up originally, so I'm not going to talk about it. But anyway, also Nintendo. Pretty much anything that Nintendo has put out that I find interesting. So most of the Legend of Zelda series, a lot of the Metroid series, a good chunk of like even the Mario Brothers games. I'm chagrined to say it, but I would enjoy playing Super Mario Brothers games on PC. I don't know why. It would probably be an inferior experience.
Yeah, I think maybe if you could use the Xbox controller, that'd be kind of neat.
Well, that's the problem with like the Wii and the Wii U is a lot of it is based on motion control, and you can't necessarily fake that. I mean, you probably could with a mouse pointer. Actually. Yeah, anyway.
You could. Yeah.
But yeah, like, because Nintendo is expressly Nintendo only, I'm just going with the obvious games here, but there's a ton of games for Nintendo that would be equally just as fun on PC. But, it is what it is. Nintendo's Nintendo. Their consoles are still usually pretty cheap by comparison to the big guys, so if I really, really, really have to, I'd probably just pick up a Nintendo console, but nothing yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, who's next?
I'll go if you want.
Do it.
Sure.
Let's see. The only ones I could really come up with off the top of my head were Infamous, which is a PS3 exclusive, PS4 exclusive.
Oh, the most recent one was Second Son?
Yeah.
Yeah. That game looks cool.
The Infamous games, I wouldn't mind having a PC version of those, but yeah, that'll never happen. Also, Demon Souls, the first game in the Souls series.
Yeah.
So Sony actually owns the IP to that one, which is one of the reasons why we got Dark Souls. Dark Souls was kind of a pivot off of Demon Souls, just so that they could get the IP rights and put it on multiple different platforms. There's rumors that there's a Demon Souls sequel like a direct sequel to Demon Souls that's going to be announced, but I would like to see those on PC just to get kind of a more vibrant multiplayer community going on those things, and just see what sort of modders would do with it and stuff like that.
Well, it makes you wonder if they did a sequel to Demon Souls, it would almost be in their best interest to kind of like just throw in a copy of the original Demon Souls on PC as like a two for one.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, if they did
a value
second
add
one, and if it was going to be released on PC, then I think a port of that to PC would be a really good way to sort of pave the way, create some word of mouth. But yeah, Demon Souls. If you like Dark Souls, it's almost worth it at this point to pick up a used copy of Demon Souls in a PS3 just to play it, because you see a lot of the things. It's a slightly different game than Dark Souls, a little bit different. A lot of the lore will seem familiar, but it's not quite exactly the same. And it's interesting to see the kind of design progression that's gone through this whole series. And actually, you can trace it back to the old Kingsfield series games as well, because From Software did those as well. And there are actually some common story elements. I was actually reading a little bit about this. If you go right back to Kingsfield, which is like an old first-person role-playing game series that was released mainly in Japan, I think only the second and third ones got released this side of the water. But if you go, Kingsfield kind of leads into Demon Souls, which leads into Dark Souls, and that's kind of where we find ourselves with that. But it would be interesting to see a version of Demon Souls on PC. I would be interested in that. For me, though, when we're talking about console exclusives that we want to see on PC, I think really there's one kind of defining game when I think of that, and that's Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would really like to see a new, like a port of the existing Red Dead Redemption, or if they do a new Red Dead Redemption, I'd love to see that make it to PC as well. So, so yeah, those are my choices basically.
Wow.
Nice.
How do I follow that up?
Red Dead is just such a fucking killer.
I know.
Though.
Love that game. It's it's a game I actually want to go back to and play again, just because I love that world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so beautiful for PlayStation 3. It's beat a lot of games.
Yeah,
PC games.
that's the only game. That's the only game I can think of where I actually just stopped occasionally and just looked at the world, like just stopped.
Yeah.
Playing.
With Red Dead, do you know if it's playable on PS4?
I don't know. I don't think so. It might be on their online store, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I mean, that would almost be a really compelling reason to pick up a PS4. To be honest, I mean, just the sheer volume of good past games in their catalog. Sony's had a fucking amazing catalog, and just the few that we've listed out. If they were all playable on PS4, that would almost be, a pretty good reason to pick one up. But anyway.
Yeah.
How about you, Dan?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I don't know. There's games that I don't think. Well, the game I thought of immediately was Tearaway for the PSP, but just there's no way that it could ever be ported to a PC. It just there's too much motion control. There's too much touchscreen-ness. It even uses the back of the the PSP camera.
Yeah.
The Vista I'm talking about here.
Yeah. It still totally counts. Totally counts.
Yeah, that game's beautiful. I played it in demo. I've never been able to commit to purchasing a Vita, but if one game almost made me do just that, it was Tearaway.
Wow.
So if you guys don't know what Tearaway is, it's like a paper world. You can use the back touch sensor and in the front as well to create origami like creatures that can help you win the game and stuff. And it's a beautiful game. It's one game that I wish was not exclusive to the Vita.
And interestingly enough, it was made by the same folks that made Little Big Planet.
Yeah, so the Sackboy, you can tell there's a lot of influences there, which is cool. Very cute game, but
elements of Paper Mario with Little Big Planet wrapped in.
Yeah, very creative, and for sure, if there's one thing to highlight the future of gaming, it's that game for sure. To use a system to its utmost capability is something that not even the any of the motion control systems that come out really have not captured what Tearaway has done for PSP.
Yeah.
All right. The other one too, I would say, is Crackdown 2. It almost got a port. It did almost get a port to the PC. I like that a lot more than the games that it inspired, like Infamous. Any of those games where you have to acquire points and beat up bad guys within an area to take over a zone, and then you move on. And that's what it was. Crackdown and Crackdown 2 inspired that. It didn't get a huge. It did get a really high Metacritic rating, unfortunately, but it was a lot of fun, and it was just fun.
Yeah, I never played Crackdown 2. I played a fair amount of Crackdown 1, but yeah, I never actually played the second one.
It was fun. I thought, we played Crackdown, you and I.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Many countless nights playing that one. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a Xbox 360 exclusive, and be interesting to see if they could ever bring that to PC. Yeah, those are my two.
What about Nintendo? Any specific?
Well, I've got a Nintendo, so.
Yeah, but like say for example, there was one game that you would like to see remastered and made even prettier for PC.
With Nintendo games, though, I mean, the console is part of the experience almost. Like playing them on a Nintendo console is almost part of the whole experience of playing a Nintendo game. It would be kind of hard to sort of divorce that away from, having the Wii controllers or the Wii U controllers or, even like the whatchamacallit, the GameCube. All that stuff it'd be really hard to do on a PC, I think, but
I think so. Keep maybe GameCube a little bit like Animal Crossing. I wouldn't mind seeing that one a little maybe, but or on an iPad,
Right.
But I was actually thinking about that today. I was playing with a traditional sort of the Xbox style controller that Nintendo has put out, and playing Mario Kart on that and going, I'm not really comfortable. And then I tried the Wii Motion Plus, and it felt a lot more natural having my hands just sitting naturally in my lap, and then just using my thumbs to do all the controls. It was a lot better, a lot more comfortable. And I think that I would, like you said, I wouldn't divorce the controller from the console in that case. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably sums it up, I guess.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm still totally interested to see what's going to be announced for E3 though, because I'm sure there's still a lot of stuff that they haven't even dropped hints at, but getting some confirmation on some of the rumors, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. I can't wait.
Yeah,
and maybe next year, man. Next year we got to do an E3 show.
Oh yeah,
I would love to go back there.
Me too.
I would really love to go back there.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, we can. We'll book it more in advance so we're not in a dive hotel where they murdered. Do you remember that place, that Cecil Hotel?
That's kind of. Yeah, I remember that. Oh Christ, what was that?
Girl? Yeah, what's in the tank?
Right, is that the place?
That's the place, dude.
Holy shit, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's the place. The girl was in the water tank. Oh boy, this is so morbid.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the place we almost went to. So we're not going to go there.
No.
Yeah, the place with the crack dealers is much better than the murder place.
I would say so.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to spend some money for a hotel room just so I don't have to endure that experience.
Well, la-di-da, Mr. Fancy Man.
Yeah, boy, oh boy.
I'd rather be able to sleep than worrying about getting murdered in my sleep.
You just need to bring a Brian with you. No problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. We will book it in advance, just so that we don't have to hear the air conditioner exploding by our faces while we do it. So.
Oh, God.
But we can get Pollo Loco again, right?
Yeah!
Oh, I'm in.
Dude, it's going to be the best show ever.
That was some really good chicken.
It was fun. It was like geek gamer heaven, like Disney World.
Yep.
And there's actually Disney World there too, if you wanted to go. So.
And now when we go down there and people ask us who we're with, we can actually tell them something.
Yeah.
Who are you guys with?
We run this little podcast. You might have heard of us.
Yeah, we just have a fan site. Yeah, we're kind of a big deal in Canada.
Kind of.
And Mass-edonia, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, listen to our Twitter feed, read our Twitter feed, and we will give you any major news updates.
If you have a text-to-speech thing, you can listen to it too if you really want.
Yeah, could.
It wouldn't be that interesting, but you could.
Or I'll tell Twitter for Morse code. Good luck
Tell me
clicking
that's
that
an
link,
actual
though.
thing that somebody's done that.
I'm betting it has been done.
Morse code Twitter.
Oh man, I'm gonna
That would be
make it.
awesome.
There's two amazing $1 million ideas we just gave them.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm not going to publish that one because I want to make that. No, I really don't.
You can make people listen to their Twitter feed in Morse code. That would be amazing.
Or like that. What was that other one? Where they would get stock quotes on ticker tape or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Ticker tape Twitter.
You're gonna bring
How
that
about
back.
semaphore flags?
Ticker tape
We'll do it with
Twitter. I
semaphore
know
flags.
has for sure been done.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like.
But it's not an actual ticker tape though.
No.
It's
It's like printed out on like a little baby Dymo printer or something like that. But anyway.
Christ.
Yeah.
in a jar. Man, just watch
Glass bell jar.
Yeah.
Isn't that technically called a vitrine?
Oh my god.
Probably.
Is this what you're gonna invent for Twitter?
A vitrine on a plinth. with a little mechanized ticker tape Twitter printer.
You should do that. Sell to think.
Hang on, son. I have to check the wire. And then you sit there with your cigar, smoking it while you go hand over hand as you read through this thing. Well, you don't say.
Memes, huh? Memes.
Wait, how do I RT this one?
Yeah. How do you RT?
No, retweet. Rip. Hand it to the next guy. Hey, read this.
Yeah.
Just tape it.
I just retweeted that motherfucker. Oh god. All right. So yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to us, and
visit the backspace.ca.
Yeah, visit us and write to us
and watch our
Check out our
YouTube
YouTube channel.
Yeah, do that too. Talk to you
Thanks
later.
for listening. Have a good weekend.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.
This cake looks good.
How am I sounding? Am I sounding okay?
Oh yeah.
You're sounding good.
How about
You're coming through loud and clear.
Hopefully I don't sound too geeky this week. I don't want to sound too geeky.
We're not actually this isn't part of the podcast, right? We haven't actually started yet, right?
What we're doing right now? What if soy milk was just regular milk introducing itself in Spanish?
That's good. That's good. Last thing you saw was Oberon getting his head popped like a big wet zit, right?
Yeah. Pop.
A bipartisan bill sponsoring medical marijuana for arthritis relief would be joint support for joint support for joint support.
I love it.
Dear God.
Okay, listener emails.
User email.
You signer. We just haven't had any emails, so this is new.
We're not really sure what to do about this.
No, we're tongue-tied. We're really excited. I'm just eating food out of a pan because my bowls are all dirty. I probably didn't need to tell you that.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is like the Lord of the Rings winding up. Let's just say goodbye.